Hello.
Hi, Dominik.
Hi.
Can you see and hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. But I can't see you.
Let me try to get a spot.
Yay.
Can you see me now?
Now I can see you. Perfect. Great. Nice meeting you now on camera.
Nice meeting you too.
Wonderful. How was your day so far?
My day is good. I'm looking forward to, a very interesting day. I'll be going to meet a client and then I'll be traveling from the city.
Okay, where are you traveling to?
In another city, a smaller town. Yeah.
Okay, and regardings of your project or
Yeah, yeah,
private?
yeah.
Yeah,
Of project.
project. So your whole life is all around the project.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to bootstrap, so yeah. I'm doing a lot in terms of the project.
Yeah, great. So let's, dive straight into it because we are meeting today because this is your heart project. And I saw you post a lot on social media, like on LinkedIn, but there is still no content of you from in front of camera, and people trust people, and that's the same in the digital world. So when you want that people are more interested in your heart project and can feel you in front of the camera because they see and listen and feel the vibe, the chance that more people are interested in you and the project is higher. So, and that's the reason we are here, because I thought I'm fucking good in front of the camera. Why not helping people to dive with me on my vibe and make with them content?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I thought, okay, I'm just starting a test trial, and you are the first one, and I'm very happy and grateful for it.
I also feel very lucky to be the first one.
Oh, thank you very much. So, and what is your, what do you hope for it? Like, what do you want?
Okay, the way you've said, yeah, my content, I'm rarely in the picture. I don't know, like all this time I've been telling myself that, I'll just be in the background and let other people be seen. But yeah, you are right. Uh, I, I'm actually trying to do that to be more in touch with what I'm doing. And one of the goals that I wanted to do for the rest of the year was to actually be more present and do a lot of storytelling. So you coming with this idea, I felt like it was a very noble idea that we could work together and I could learn from you how to do it. So yeah, I hope to do more of this, to post more, but this time be more intentional and also be present in whatever I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. So you are like the background man, and now you say like, okay, maybe I can go in the front as well sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, and it's like about your heart project, and the heart project, it's called Ghetto. Do I pronounce that right?
Giotto.
Giotto, Giotto.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, actually, we in Germany have like Giotto. It's like a very nice sweet, and it's round and has like nuts around. It's very delicious, but it's not really healthy. Beautiful. All right. So I thought I just asked you some question around your heart project, because what you can feel because you love it, the other people will love it too. you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Is it on? Yes. So the recording is on. So, Dominik, tell me, how did you get touched in Giotto the first time? Was it an idea, or was it something you built with a friend, or is it a family thing? So tell me how it started.
Okay, I think it started like 3 years ago. I was visiting a certain rural community in Kenya, and I saw like they had challenges with energy access. So they were telling me stories of how they have blackouts that last for like a week. They are trying all these projects, but then they can't afford to pay for the electricity bills. And then I also saw like one of the mother, she used to go to the forest for at least 4 hours every day to just collect firewood. So for me, also growing up, experiencing the same challenges, I really fell in love with their problem. And what was interesting about them is that they have the geothermal energy in the community. So uh, in other places, you have to dig deeper for like 3 kilometers for you to access the energy. But them, it was lying like all over. Like you can just see the hot springs, the geishas all over. And for them, for many decades, they have only been using that energy to like they don't have any other source of water. So they've been condensing that steam and then they use it like as a water source. So for me, I was thinking in terms of like all this energy, this heat energy is being lost. How can we transform it into something that can help them? So that's why I came up with this idea to use the energy and then build technology that can like we can harness this energy to use it in different applications. So I did a partnership, a collaboration with the community, and we did an incubation, a geothermal incubation, actually the first one in the world, now using this technology and then using the abundant energy, geothermal energy. So from there, that's where this idea came. And also having participated in different programs, I actually came to realization that now this problem is not just about this community, it's actually an African problem. Because if you look at the African context, we have a very big untapped energy potential. And also last year I traveled to Nigeria where I was presenting this project to the African International Conference.
Mhm.
And I was actually surprised that in Nigeria, there's not even a single geothermal project. It was like the first time they were hearing about it, and it really inspired me. And actually, I won some awards there because of the project. So when I came back to Kenya, I actually became more grounded in this project. And I've been now looking at how we can decentralize this energy actually across Africa. Yeah, and that's the vision that I'm really working on. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So the question I have in my mind is what was the name from the community where everything started?
The name from the community. So for the community, they use like a local name to refer to the energy, which is like smoke. Because I don't know if you know geothermal, when it's coming from the ground, it looks
Mhm.
like smoke. It's like steam. So for them, they call it smoke in the local language. But for me, I came with this name from the fact that this smoke is very hot. So
Yeah,
joto in Kiswahili, it means like hot, something hot, like
something hot.
yeah, yeah. Like so for me, I was looking at it in terms of, we are using this heat energy, it's very hot, and yeah, so
Okay, wonderful. And so when you was falling in love with the problem,
yeah.
do you have like a background, like an engineering background to say like, okay, my brain works that way that I actually can solve that problem, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I have a background in electrical and control engineering, and I have a lot of experience working in these technologies. So, like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, web development. I've been doing it for at least 5 years. So, when I came to the community, I
Yeah.
immediately saw how I can apply this knowledge to solve their problems. Yeah.
Oh, now it's getting interesting. So 5 years ago,
Mm.
what was the trigger that you was like diving into all of that technology? Was there something talking to you and you just didn't know what and you followed the path?
I think it's actually something that I feel like I fell in love with technology since I was little because I really enjoyed playing around with toys, creating my own toys. And then for me, growing up in the village, we didn't have like these commercial toys, so we had to build ourselves like these toys. So I think during those moments, I really enjoyed the process of, let's say, making your own toy car and then competing with the boys around to see whose toy car is the fastest. So I really enjoy that. And then also during my primary schools, like in science, we used to have like these experiments at the end of every topic. So I used to actually do them at home. So like if we are learning about weather stations, I'll go and build my own weather station at home. If we are learning about
That's so
circuit,
cool.
I'll do that. So I think that passion grew and
Okay.
become,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you make your own engineering just because
yeah,
you're yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, that's so cool. Like hands-on, yeah. I'm
yeah,
growing up kind of in the same family. My dad, he's a programmer, so he loves technology too. And he's like, oh my God, I want to build a house. So he just researched and made it through. That's so cool.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, cool. And when you say building technology toys, so was it like driving cars or what kind of toys was it?
No, for us, they were like very, very makeshift. Like you just get some leads and then you just assembling some. It was not electrical actually. It was just very mechanical.
Ah, okay, I get you, I
But
get you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And what is the toy you was the proudest of when you was a child?
The one I remember was the bucket. We have these big buckets. So I made a car out of that, and it really served me for a long time. So I remember it very vividly.
So what car was it?
No, it's just a normal toy car, but I was making it out of a bucket lid, the lid of a bucket. So it was a bit stronger and it was very durable. Then, of course, I modified it. It was looking like an ambulance. So it was making some noises when I was driving around the village. And
So you actually could drive the car.
oh, not like going inside. It's I don't know if you know how kids drive it. It's just
Like this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
you can
Okay.
usually drive it around like it's like I don't know how to describe it. You can drive like with one hand and then while you're running. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I love cars, so I was playing with cars too, like crash.
Yeah. Actually we had a crash competition and that's why I loved it
See?
because it survived. It survived all the others. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay, cool. So when you were, I'm just put it all together for a moment. So when you was a child, you was already into building stuff.
Yeah.
And one of your proudest thing was a toy because it was very stable and it made all the other cars crash, but not yours. So you built a very strong car, and every child was very jealous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and then you kept being interested in that. And then 5 years ago, you dived even deeper in that. Is this correct?
Yeah, so towards the end of my primary, I started being interested in electricity. So I did like my own wiring and using batteries, like because we didn't have electricity in the house, I used like the small LEDs to just power the whole house. So from there, I started being interested in now engineering. And when I joined campus, I had some idea, I had this vision of how MIT runs, how, people come up with big ideas. So I really wanted to delve into that world. And when I joined campus, I was looking for innovation clubs and I was lucky to get one where now I got these basics of, IoT, robotics and all that. but it wasn't that like it was just beginner level. So I wanted to go deeper, and that's how like I started going out and learning more. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and then 2 years later, so you got an invitation to the village who was called Smog, or was it like a buddy, or how did you went there?
Okay. So in my campus life, I was lucky to like interact with different people and different organizations. So there was a particular project I was working with some Maastricht University. I think you know it. So there was a project from Nuffic where we were looking at the dried vegetables. We were trying to look at how we can solve post-harvest losses. And in that project, one of our partners was Geothermal Development Company, which is like the biggest in Africa. And the obvious idea was for us uh, to dry the vegetables to preserve to extend the shelf life. And the biggest idea there was for us to use geothermal and solar energy to do the drying to cut the energy costs. So during that project cycle is when now we had a trip to the community and through the county government. And that's where I initially had the contact with them. But also there was a friend who had like more who was more in touch with the community. So we organized like follow-up activities. We used to call them expeditions. In these expeditions, we will go to the community for like 5 days where they host us in their homes. And then during those 5 days, we just go around doing research, learning from them, looking at their challenges. Yeah, so it was during those expeditions that now I got to uh, really understand their problem. Yeah.
Mm. And is it like in your bubble, like the people you're around with, is there like a lot of innovation going on and learning and helping each other? So is this like a common thing?
Yeah, for me, I'm lucky because the innovation club that I joined,
Yeah.
I was able to become their chairman, and in that capacity, I was able to even initiate my own projects. I was able to even build communities of innovators, both nationally and internationally. And that exposure, it's really like I have a big community. So obviously, like I'm surrounded by people who are big in innovations. Yeah.
Cool. So
I'm
how many people are they?
It's hard to tell, but
Mhm.
maybe the last community that I was working with, I was like the president of a project that was national, and we had access to like all universities in Kenya. So you see, it's a big number. Yeah.
Okay. So more than 1,000? Is this like
Yeah, more
yeah.
than a thousand.
Oh wow, okay, that's so cool. I love innovation a lot. So yeah, cool. We getting back to you. I just give you a little peek of my life, 7 years, like um, um I worked like very proper, very hard in Germany. I was a hard worker because when you're a hard worker, you're a good woman. But like just being a hard worker, it didn't make me feel alive. And so 7 years ago, I quit my job, and then I went first to South Africa, and I worked with my auntie in a hotel and kind of, yeah, supported that. And then I moved to Australia. And in Australia, I was living with nature, with the Aborigines. I was really back to ground because I lost the contact to Earth. So yeah, just that
Yeah,
a little bit of my background as well, because why I'm very interesting, everything what helps nature and us humans and the mind and the body, just I'm seeing the big ecosystem.
yeah.
So yeah.
So, so after Australia is when you went back. We went to Germany.
So yeah. So after Australia, it was like, you know, my family dynamic. was very unhealthy. And then in Australia, I was thinking, am I just doing my own thing and be like, fuck them? Or do I go back and actually heal them? And I was like, nah, I'm not doing my own thing. I'm going back and help to get the family dynamic in a way where we actually feel love again, you know? It was very important for me. And now I'm like, okay, we done this. Now I get back on my feet and say like, okay, I want to build my own business and how can I do this and support the people the best way. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah. All right. So now we're going back to Giotto. So then 3 years ago, you said like, okay, cool, we can do something with the steam. And the steam, is it like hot water, like healthy steam, or is it like no?
In those small levels, it's healthy because they condense it and then they drink the water. So in small quantities, it's healthy. But for the bigger power plants, most of the time it has like CO2 or hydrogen sulfide, so it's not healthy in like bigger wells. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, cool. So, and what was your first step? You said like, okay, I understood the problem. Now I need this man, this woman. Da, 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 da. Did you build a team first, or what was the process then?
Yeah. During that time, I was now still in that capacity of a national representative for the project.
Mm-hmm.
So I I wrote a proposal to the organization, telling them that I have seen this opportunity, and I can assemble a team of innovators from this platform, and then we can organize an expedition there. We go and so I saw like they had some incubators that had failed because of power and all those issues. So I was thinking like that could be a very nice starting point. So yeah, I wrote the proposal, they accepted, and then I had like a team of innovators from different universities. We went there and we were able to now like fix that incubator now using the geothermal energy. To now at least we did the pilot there. And in that incubator, we actually partnered with a local farmer and who actually really supported us in the process. Yeah.
Okay, so the local farmer was kind of the guy he gave money to make it.
No,
No.
money came from the organization that I was with. The guy had an incubator that had failed. So that was the starting point. Like we bring our expertise and money to buy the technology and
Yeah.
then go and program the system, install it, and train him on how to use it, and just observe how it will function and how we can make it better. Yeah.
Okay. And when you say like get the material, can I imagine it's like the high, like the news technology, or is it something where you had just the fundament and you had to build it by yourself?
Just the fundamentals like the sensors, the fans, the different elements, and then we go and program and assemble them. Yeah.
And did you do like did you made the plan and wrote it down or scribbled it? Or how do you start working on it?
So for the incubator, I was actually lucky because I had some experience. During COVID, I was working on a startup that was making IoT incubators. So it's a bit intuitive for me. So I just needed to sketch the parameters and understand like how different elements will work together. Yeah, and then just getting into it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. When you say getting into it, what was happened then?
So actually, before we went to the community, I had to assemble first at home. I had to test all the components, make sure like the code is working, and then now when we go to the community, it's just now just assembling like fixing the fans, fixing the humidifiers, making sure the geothermal system is working.
Okay.
Yeah, and making sure like the data is being transmitted. Yeah.
Okay, so and then you made electricity, so it was like a big battery, you
Oh, no,
put it
no.
all in?
For the geothermal, what we do, we are using the heat energy directly. You see the steam,
Yeah.
it's in pipes. So what we do is we are extracting the heat energy from those pipes directly. So you have like a fan that is
Mm-hmm.
blowing cold air, the air passes through the heat exchanger and then it enters the system. So
Yeah.
that's what we're using. Because traditionally you'll use electricity and then that electricity, you have like a heater, an electric heater inside. So we are replacing that heater with the heat exchanger from the geothermal energy. So
Oh.
that way, when you have geothermal, it's more reliable. Even if they have power blackouts, their systems will not be affected. And then this is
Mm.
24/7 available compared to solar, for instance. So it's a more stable system. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And how, so when you say like that's like one community who's running like that,
Yeah.
how many communities are running in the way you designed it?
I'm not sure if I understand your question, but
Yeah.
during that, okay, in that community, we have like 5 villages, and
Yeah.
that was one of the villages. And during that time, they were not aware that they could use this energy in any other way. So it was just condensing the steam. And I will share with you some pictures and clips to show you what happens. So
Yeah.
they didn't understand that this heat energy can actually be used in brooding or incubation or cooking or drying. So that was the first time they saw it actually working and with all this technology. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and that's a working ecosystem, or like let's call it like that. And and then you said like, okay, now that is working. Can I apply it to a other community that it's running in the same way?
Yeah, apply to other places that have like access to that energy. Yeah.
Because they have a different energy source.
No, it's the
No.
same energy source. I don't know how to put like in those all 5 villages, they have
Yeah.
this energy that's just present. Like you just walk around and you see steam coming from the ground. Like
Yeah.
it's all in those 5 villages. Yeah. So it's more of figuring out how can we use this energy to help them and to build, businesses around it.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the point where you're at now? So what's your challenge now?
So right now we've been able to do those pilots. We've actually done drying. We've done like different projects to just show that to show the potential. And
Mm-hmm.
we've created a new technology that is more modular. And then we've done the business modeling, we've done all this background, like all this technical evaluation and validation. So where we are now is now raising the capital to build a bigger facility that can be economically viable. And then also where we are is that we have a lot of partners who are interested in our technology. So we are actually kind of figuring out the logistics for us to now implement the first commercial project that is like big. Yeah.
Okay, so when I get you right, I'm just mirroring you back what I understood. So that's working, like it's a working ecosystem. So you made the business plan and everything is like tick. And
Yeah.
now you're looking for people who see the potential and want to invest in that project, that you have more money to build more. Is this correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and now, and when you meet this guy, is this because of that that like that he is like a sponsor maybe for this project today?
Sorry.
the guy you are meeting today, is this a person who is a potential customer who is investing in your Giotto system?
No, today, you see, there are people who are interested in our technology and there are people who are interested in geothermal energy. So this one is just interested in the technology. And I'm using such clients to actually validate my technology and make sure it's more stable for future applications. So it's part of Giotto, but it's not fully Giotto because for it to be fully Giotto, we have to combine the technology and the geothermal energy. So this one is just the technology.
Okay, and do
Yeah.
you have like a patent? As in Germany, when you have like a great idea, you go to a I don't know, like to a government station and say like, that's my idea, da, 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 da. So that's like my patent and no one can just steal it from you so that you, when you have that idea and someone likes it, they just have to pay you for it, you know? I don't know if that's like a common thing in Africa.
It's common thing, but on a local level, it's not that effective. So it's only effective if you are like a big brand, an established brand. But if you are starting out, it's a bit hard. And then in Africa, we have this culture where if something works, everyone wants to do the same thing. So if you see a successful project, everyone will want to duplicate it. So it's kind of hard unless you have like enough. If you are a big brand, it's easy for you to follow through. But if you are starting out, it's quite difficult. Yeah, but
Mm.
I have approached and have been approached by several very different people who are
Mhm.
interested. We have like ongoing discussions on how to implement. Yeah.
Okay, so and then my question is, what is the thing who keeps you going? You know, like I'm getting up and I'm doing it again because I guess it's not always like easy, and sometimes the days are like, why am I doing that? Or is this never the case and you're just like, yes, go, go, go.
Yeah, it's the case. But for me, I think I find it exciting that we have this big potential that is not utilized well. Like Africa, we still have all this energy poverty. And yet we have this energy lying idly around. Every day we are losing it. So for me, that really motivates me that maybe they will reach a time where people will actually take advantage of this heat energy. And I want to be the front runner of it. I want us to be like the leading in Africa in terms of geothermal access in
Mm.
direct. Yeah, so that really inspires me a lot. And also the fact that we've also been applying to different things, and most of them have been very, very successful. So for me, it really, even if I want to give up, I just see like we've been selected somewhere, we've been qualified somewhere. So it really keeps me going. And then also in terms of the community, because we are very, very in touch with them, they keep on like calling and asking me like, what are we doing next? How are we going to do? And they also like share some of their challenges. So it at some point they also like motivate me to, because if we are able to succeed, they also like get jobs and they also like be more stable and economically, empowered. So that also motivates in some way.
Mm.
And also
Okay.
generally looking at Africa, right now we have like a very big unemployment crisis. So if we're
Mm.
able to create these new value chains and these new technologies, we can be able to at least employ some people and at least,
Okay.
yeah.
So, are you employed? So is this like, is it like a company or like where you get also like your salary, where you're living and buying your food and paying your rent?
So currently, this is like a startup. I'm like the founder, the CEO. So we are pre-revenue. So there is no salary at the moment. But I'm lucky that we have like some partners and some platforms that support here and there, so I'm able to move around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, startup is always a little bit challenging. But I'm always thinking, like the challenge is something where we grow and it makes us stronger, and like we overcome that challenge, and yay, next level. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I totally feel you. Um, yeah, so I, do you have something where you say, oh yeah, that's like hanging on my tongue and I really want to spit it out and now it's the time to do it?
Uh, I think I have a lot to share, but maybe something that I've not said is that currently we are just a small team of like 5 people, but
Mm-hmm.
our startup is we have the parent one is in Kenya, the parent company, but we have opened a branch in Nigeria, and in Nigeria we are also the first geothermal company, and so it's also like a bit challenging in terms of, and this is where like the storytelling and the awareness comes in, because most people are not even aware about geothermal energy, even in Kenya. And in Nigeria, it's even worse, because now Nigeria, they have never heard of it. And we really need to do a lot of documentation, a lot of awareness, and maybe tutorials, I don't know, for them to know like this is how it works, this is how we've done in Kenya. Yeah, so I think that's one of the biggest challenge that we are trying to tackle, because also in Nigeria, because of you know in the bigger the ministries and the governments, they understand, and they relate with us very well, and they have given us a lot of like we are very hopeful in terms of like the government supporting the ministries, because the way we interact with them, they see the potential, and they see like it's a very promising venture. But now when it comes to the common people, because also this resource is located in the communities where they are, they don't understand it, so it's a challenge. And even when you are talking about investors, it's also a challenge to most of the investors, because most people, they want to invest in something that they understand, and it's maybe more predictable, maybe they understand the risks. So it's kind of hard because they don't understand, and that's where maybe the awareness and the blogs and all that comes in.
Okay, so I see. So when you're talking about awareness, I mean, that's one of the first steps to be
Yeah.
aware that what actually is the potential here. So when you say we want to spread awareness, what actually would you like to say to the people? Like, wake up, look at it.
Yeah, I would love to say that to them, even starting with the communities that have this resource. Like, why are you cooking with firewood and cutting down trees when you can just use this resource that you have here? Why are you using electricity that is expensive and unreliable when you can use this heat energy? So that's one. And also even to the engineers and innovators, like we can actually create, new solutions, new markets, new businesses using this energy that is just idle. Yeah. And to investors also, instead of like doing the investing in the traditional ways, why can't they maybe look at this sector and also put some money there? Yeah.
Okay, so when like I imagine now I'm in this community and you come to me and I'm cooking with firewood and just don't want to change because this is working and I'm happy that it works. So when you would come, so what would be my benefit that I'm actually start my mindset shifting and say like, all right, okay, there is an alternative. It's proven, it does work. And is it cheaper for me, or what is like my benefit to not use wood and electricity?
Yeah. Actually, in terms of cooking, you are right, and that's something that we are still looking into. But what we've done in terms of cooking, we've done some models where we've invited the community to come and test. It's just a I'll send you a picture. Like we've done a very traditional cooker that is using geothermal, and then we invite the community. So actually, they are using it every Sunday. They come, they boil their things there, and they're able to see firsthand. Like, oh, it's actually faster. You don't have to add water if you are boiling because the steam has water itself. Yeah, you don't have to be worried that your food will burn. So they actually test them and they see they see it firsthand. Yeah.
That is so cool. So if I get that right, so you have at the moment like a testimony
Yeah.
oven or cooking station.
Yeah. We have two. Yeah, we have two.
Okay, so you have like two testimony cooking station where women can come and just try this. Yeah.
Yeah, and so far the feedback is good because every time when I go there, there's always someone cooking something. So yeah, they are using it and they love it.
Okay, that's cool. So do they already have like, oh, I'm next, I'm next, I'm next, I'm
Yeah,
next?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
cool. So okay, so that means when this is test running and it works, so women they say like, husband, I want the new model. How much
yeah,
is it?
yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. But it's yeah, that's what we are working on. Unfortunately for the cooker, we've just done the pilots. We've not really done the business modeling yet. Uh,
I
the one that
think, yeah.
The one that we've really looked at was the incubator because also it has a very big potential, even if you look at the poultry industry.
What is an
And
incubator?
it's like a hatchery for chicken or for any bird. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So my feeling is just like keep going on that model, yeah, make that nice that the women, because cooking is something, it's exhausting. It takes so much time and preparation. It's like engineering just with food. And when
Yeah, yeah.
women really like and see the quality, the husband will make it work that the woman can cook the food properly, believe me, and the money will come in. Yeah.
We'll definitely look at that.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. So the business model, the women don't give a shit about the business model. They just want that this is working properly. And they have a service line that when something is broken, they can call you and say like, Dominik, come, my oven doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah. So the challenge with the cooking is that this energy is not really, at the moment, we don't have infrastructure that every household has the access to the energy. It's some sections you find it in the bushes, in the forest. Like it's not, it's in the community, but it's not like in every household. So it's not something that we can say this is a utility item, like everyone can have it. Like we are looking at a model where maybe we can have like a community a community kitchen, for example, where maybe we can charge you $1 for you to cook using that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
because the one that we have, the testing models, they are just in the community, like they are like sort of community owned. So anyone can just walk in with their raw food. After 1 hour, they go with it when it's cooked.
Yeah.
We are looking at a model like that, and maybe something like baking could work because if you have a bakery, you can be able to serve like the entire community with the end products compared to having individual cookers. And in baking, actually, we worked with a local mother, and she was able to actually bake using our cooker. It was actually the first geothermally baked, cake.
And did you try the bread or was it by bread? What did she cook?
It was a cake.
A
Yeah.
cake. Okay, yeah, nice. And did she share the cake?
Yeah, yeah, it was nice. It was very. So we are looking at something like that because now with us, we're not going to use electricity. We are not. there are so many advantages that you get from the energy.
I really can feel it. And like I'm just, yeah, you can put like someone who would, a woman who loves baking, and she's like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
she's
my
actually,
baking thing, you can pay or share or whatever. And it's like my area, because I can imagine that when everyone is changing, I mean, I was traveling, I was cooking in so many hostel kitchens, and it's not the same. Then it's your kitchen, where everything is, it's like your working space.
yeah,
And I am like a woman, I really like it clean. I have a
yeah,
different quality, like standards, than another woman, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I just, this is what I wanted to share. That maybe you see the world out of our perspective, and you can serve because you are innovation. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we tried that and we have that vision. So with her, she actually she's a chef and she tried baking, but now I think her ovens were a bit expensive. She had two ovens, one was electric and the other one was for charcoal. So she was saying the charcoal one, of course, it has all the negative effects, and then the one for electricity it was very expensive. So
Mm.
if we can make this one with geothermal, she can really benefit from it because it's free. She don't have to pay any bills or be worried about anything. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we have 45 minutes done. How was it for you?
It was very amazing having to share my journey and our vision and to also listen to you and for you to listen to me. Uh, Maybe we should do this more often to just unwind and reflect on what we are trying to do. Yeah. I believe there's a big potential in the space where we are trying to venture. Yeah. And
In which space? Can you remember repeat that, please?
I'm saying like in terms of the projects that we are trying to do, we have a lot of potential. It's very promising, but maybe we just have to be more, we have to be more aware about what's happening, like we'll be more intelligent, that is in how we are designing these systems. And having this feedback really helps. Yeah.
I, words are very powerful. And
Yeah.
when you say more intelligent, no, you are already the fucking most intelligent being. There is nothing you can be more intelligent. The only thing is you can be more aware or have more practice, or get like more feedback. Yeah, so you grow and learn, but the intelligent is all the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So wonderful. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. So I will sit down today and have like a program. It's like of artificial intelligence who helps me cut it in raw bits and pieces, and then I go in and make it smooth and in the detail, all of that. And then I will send you 5 clips, and you can
Yeah.
choose one of them where you say like, yeah, that's my first one. I will want to put it on my LinkedIn. Yeah.
Uh, sure, I'll be waiting for that. And also, if you are interested, we are looking for, a CMO. So if you are also interested, we could work together there.
In what? What was it?
CMO, like in terms of marketing and all that. Or-
Yeah. Funny that you say that, because I was working when I worked my ass off for a Swedish company. I did marketing for them. And it was so hard because when I connected with nature and then I saw the other side of the company, I was working and put my heart on and did marketing and all of that. And then I saw they literally cutted so many wonderful trees off just to build cheap furniture. I felt like so, um, what is it called? heartbroken and betrayed, you know, because the bubble they live in, they were like, not like we are sustainable, blah 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 blah. But they just like
Eco-friendly.
that sustainable.
Yeah.
So, and then I said, no, I never ever do marketing for anyone anymore. So
But you
yeah.
see, when you are part of the C level, maybe you also get to understand now everything, and definitely you'll be hiring someone under you, or, so
So yeah, thank you so much for offering me do you say seeing position, like see?
no, C level, like, how do you, like, the executive level, where you have the CEO, CTO, CFO, those things.
Ah,
Or
okay.
you have like different terminologies for that.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I have my own vision. And I see my gift more to help more people like you stepping up for themselves and do their own seeing and marketing because they just talking about the hard project. It's really not that hard when you're getting comfortable with it. And I'm coaching them that they can make it and don't need a script. They just be like, okay, fuck it. Put the video on and I'm just talking and then and it's like a side project and you don't have to pay money for it. It's about you. It's about storytelling. It's about like so much more authentic than having a person. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Still that works. Yeah, that
Yeah.
still works.
Yeah. So wonderful, Dominic, meeting you. And yeah, and have a good appointment today.
Thank you also for your side. Also enjoy your day, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what you'll come up with. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And
Working.
I would appreciate if after all of it, and you have like the videos, if you could give me on LinkedIn a review, like just how it felt, how it was, that would help me a lot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Do you have
Okay.
something to say or?
Now, so are we going to have a follow-up meeting, or how is this going to work?
Ah, okay. A follow-up meeting. I wasn't thinking about that one. So one step after the other. So I will make the videos and then we see what's happened.
Okay, okay,
Okay, wonderful.
okay.
Then have a good time.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Thank
Enjoy your
you. Bye.